I ran Claude Code on completely free AI models for a day. Not a toy demo, the same 5 real coding jobs I use to test paid setups. Fix 3 planted bugs until the test suite goes green. Build a feature across multiple files until an acceptance suite passes. Hunt down one breaking commit hidden in 21. Trace a code path through a real open source library with exact file and line citations. And build a polished app in one shot. 15 tasks across 3 different $0 routes. And all 15 passed. The fastest free route finished the whole battery within 6% of my paid Claude Opus control. So yes, the free setup everyone is sharing actually works, and in the next few minutes I'll build it with you command by command. But I also found 3 things the viral tutorials don't show you. A free model that was killed the same day. The biggest tutorial about it was published. A 47-cent charge that appeared on my bill even though every model I picked was marked free. And 2 routes in this ecosystem that I won't touch because the provider's own terms prohibit them. The setup, the receipts, and the fine print. All of it, right now. Here's the idea in one sentence. Claude Code, the tool, is free to install. What costs money is the model behind it. But that backend is swappable. Point it at a different address, and the same terminal, the same agent workflow, runs on whatever model answers there. The router making the rounds is called OMNI route, an open source gateway you run on your own machine. One command starts it. It speaks the same language as Anthropic's API, and it can pool dozens of providers' free tiers behind a single local address. The project advertises around 1.5 billion free tokens a month. Let me be precise about that number, because the tutorials aren't. That's the combined inventory across roughly 90 providers' free tiers, a catalog, not a personal allowance someone deposits into your account. What matters isn't the headline number. It's whether the free routes that are real today can carry actual work. That's what we're testing. The whole setup is about 10 minutes. You need Node installed. Then one command, npx-y, omni route. No global install, it just runs. It opens a dashboard on localhost port 20128, and the default password is literally the word change me in capital letters. So, job 1, change it. Now we connect 2 legitimate free providers. First, openrouter. Free account, create an API key, paste it in. And here is the single most important click in this entire video. The checkbox that says import only free models. Check it. Every openrouter model whose name ends in :free costs nothing. Skip that checkbox, and the paid versions of those same models come along into your router's fallback list. Remember this moment. It becomes a 47-cent story later. Second provider, NVIDIA. Their build platform gives developers a free API key, no card required, and the router discovers dozens of models on it automatically. Then you build what OmniRoute calls a combo, a stack of models with a strategy. I picked 5 verified free models and set the strategy to round robin. So, when one free pool gets crowded, the next model picks up the request in milliseconds. Last step, create a gateway key and hand Claude Code 2 environment variables, the base URL pointing at localhost and that key. Open Claude Code and it answers. Same terminal, same workflow, $0 so far. And this is the point where every other video ends. This is where ours gets interesting. Because the first thing I found when I actually probed this setup was a graveyard. The router's catalog showed 51 models available on NVIDIA's free tier. GLM 5.2, DeepSeek V4, Kimi-K 2.6, Qwen 3.5. The models the tutorials rave about. So I sent one live request to every single one of them. 22 answered. 29 are dead. Every third-party frontier model on that list returned the same message. This model has reached its end of life. And here's the detail that should change how you watch every AI tutorial, including mine. NVIDIA killed GLM 5.2 on its free tier on August 21st. The same day, the biggest tutorial showcasing it was published. Nearly 200,000 people have watched a setup guide starring a model that was already a tombstone before most of them clicked play. Same story on openrouter's side. The classic tutorial favorite, GLM 4.5 Airfree, is gone from the free tier entirely. This is the first honest rule of free. The catalog rots in days. What survives on NVIDIA right now is their own Nematron family, including a genuinely huge 550 billion parameter model, Meta's Lemurs, and a small open model from OpenAI. So I built my stack only from models I had personally verified alive that morning. That's the stack that took the test. The test is the same 5-job battery I've used on paid setups, with a paid Claude Opus control running the identical prompts. Route 1, my 5-model free combo on round robin. Route 2, NVIDIA's biggest live free model, the 550B Nematron Ultra pinned solo. Route 3, a single openrouter free model, Minimax M3 pinned solo. Every route got the same fixtures, the same prompts, and the same automated verifier. The tests either go green or they don't. Results. All 3 free routes, 5 out of 5. 15 for 15 on real work for $0. The bug fix. My paid Opus control did it in 24 seconds. The free Minimax route did it in 26. The feature build. Minimax actually beat the paid control. 47 seconds against 69. The commit hunt. Every route found the exact breaking commit and named the root cause. The code trace job. Every route returned 4 file and line citations, and I hand-checked every single one against the source. All correct. And the one-shot app? Honestly, the free Minimax route built the best-looking app of the entire battery. A genuinely polished dashboard, though it took the longest to do it. Totals. Paid Opus, 479 seconds of work. Minimax free, 505. That's within 6%. Now, the honest caveats. This was one day off-peak and free tier speed is spiky. The big Nematron did one job in 201 seconds and the very next one in 61. That spikiness is exactly why the round-robin combo matters. One model stalls, the next one answers. But the headline stands, for $0, the work got done. If this test is useful, hit subscribe because it's free, and to back the work, hit join or the supporter button on Facebook. Now, the 47-cent story. Halfway through the battery, I did something the tutorials never do. I stopped trusting the router's dashboard and opened the provider's actual billing page. And there it was, 47 cents of real spend. On a setup where every model I picked ends in :free. Here's what happened. During the combo run, the free JLM pool got rate limited. Too many people sharing it. My router's job is to never let a request fail, so its fallback logic retried the request. On the paid JLM 5.2, the paid twin of the free model I picked. It could only do that because I had synced the full model catalog instead of checking import-only free models. So the paid twin was sitting right there in the fallback list. And it could only bill me because my openrouter account had prepaid credits on it. The router's own dashboard showed nothing wrong. From its point of view, the request succeeded. That's a win. The only place the truth existed was the provider's invoice. 47 cents is a coffee. But scale that failure mode to a heavy month of agent work on a card-backed account, and free quietly becomes a bill you never agreed to. So here's the fuse, 4 steps, and the whole risk disappears. 1. Import only free models. If the paid twin never enters the router's list, no fallback can ever reach it. 2. Keep 0 credits on the account or put a hard spend cap on the key. A free-only setup on a zero balance account cannot bill you. It fails loudly instead of charging quietly, and loud is what you want. 3. Audit the provider's billing page, not the gateway's dashboard. The gateway counts requests. Only the provider counts dollars. Check it after your first hour, then weekly. 4. Reprobe your model list every week. 1 test message per model. Free catalogs rot, and you want to find the tombstones before your agent does, mid-task. Do those 4 things, and this setup is genuinely, verifiably $0. Now the part I have to be straight with you about, because this router can do something I deliberately did not show you. Scroll its provider catalog, and you'll find connections that surface Claude models, Sonnet, Opus, Haiku, for free through routes with names like Kiro and Antigravity. They work by signing in with a Google or AWS account and tunneling the subsidized quota of someone else's app through the proxy. I got right up to that sign in screen and stopped. Two reasons. First, the terms. Those providers explicitly prohibit access through third party tools and proxies. This isn't a gray area. The router's own catalog literally tags these routes with a caution flag for terms of service. Second, the consequences are real. Accounts get banned for this, and the account you burn is your own Google account, the one attached to your email and half your digital life. So here's my one-line rule for this whole ecosystem. If a model is free because the provider published a free tier, OpenRouter's free models, NVIDIA's developer program, official trial credits, use it with confidence. If it's free because a proxy is wearing someone else's login, walk away. You don't need it anyway. The legit routes just went 15 for 15. So, who is this actually for? If you're paying for Claude and drowning in work, this is not your replacement. My paid control was still the fastest overall. The quality ceiling is higher, and none of the spiky latency caveats apply. Keep paying for the layer that needs reliability. But if you're a student, you're between jobs, you're learning agentic coding, or you have side projects where a slow minute costs you nothing, this is genuinely remarkable. The full Claude Code workflow, the terminal, the multi-step tasks, the file edits, the test runs, on models that cost $0 at a quality level that passed every real job I threw at it. Free is real. It's just perishable, leaky, and surrounded by routes you shouldn't take, which is exactly why I wrote everything down. Everything from this video is in one free setup sheet. Every command in order. The exact model list I verified alive with the date on it. The full battery table, the 4-step fuse, and the caution table for the routes to avoid. Comment the word OMNI, OMNI, on this video, and I'll send you the link. If you're starting from zero, my beginner guides for Claude Code and Codex take you from install to real projects step by step. They're linked below with the sheet. This was the free leg of a 3-part question. Stay and optimize what you pay. Swap to a cheaper backend or go to zero. The other 2 legs are on the channel. Subscribe if you want the next test with receipts. I run one of these every week. See you in the next one.